Hi, fellow traders. I'm going to recap my trades from today. Um, didn't trade as well as I would have liked to, but still made, pretty decent money. I'm not going to complain. But my first trade was on Tesla. It hit the reversal scanner somewhere in here, and it made a nice move down. And I went and looked at the daily chart and tried to find some support, close to this level. And when I went on, let me see if I still have it up. Yeah. So this one was the closest level of support to it, and it looked like there was a lot of test of it, and going all the way across. So I felt this was a pretty strong spot. And had it lost this, I would have come back and tried to find some more levels. And it came down, it tapped it, and it opened up here, and I was about to jump in. I did call it out in chat and had typed it in the alert window that that I was going to go long. Didn't really put the price in yet because I was trying to get a head start, because a lot of times, especially on these tickers that move very fast, by the time I turn around and type in chat that I'm long, it could be 20-30 cents away. So I was trying to do it quick, and almost got in, and I saw it fade a little bit. And when it got bought back up, I caught it here at 206, where I got long here. I was risking on lower day at the time, which was 205.50, and I was only in 200 shares. This might be the second time ever that I've traded Tesla. It's a high price stock. I can only buy a couple hundred shares of it, but it makes big moves. I mean, I'm looking at this. I was looking at this, and I was like, if I had bought 200 shares here at 214 and sold it here at 205, I mean, for a couple hundred shares, that'd be an amazing profit. But so that's why I don't shy away from the larger dollar tickers. If they have the range, they're gonna pay you. So I got in here at 206 and risking on 205.50, and I got to move up to the 9. My goal was to take profit at the 9. I wasn't in, heavy. So it got a nice move up, but then I caught it, coming back down. I had to force myself to take profit here, because you're talking about 2 points on 100 shares. That you can't, there's nothing to sneeze at. So you got to take it. And I left 100 on to see if it was going to get up to the VWAP. It didn't. Once it got below the 9, I didn't wait for it to close, because these things have such a wide range. You can't really trade that way here. If it dips below it, it can run, and you can see this candle here, had a pretty good range on it. So if I'd have held it to it close, I'd have gave up a whole lot of profit. So I went ahead and took it off here, and was going to watch to see if I got another bounce and get another try back up the VWAP. But then I was watching UA, and UA was really the only ticker that I was watching at the open. It only had about 50,000 shares traded until we got within the last 15 minutes of the open, and then it picked up and started trading over 100,000 shares. Well, this is the orange line here. This is the pre-market low, and this is not necessarily the pre-market high, but this was a level that I was interested in here because of kind of where it faded down and then bounced, and this kind of held as resistance. So this was an area that I mapped out, and this was kind of the pre-market low. So these two levels were really important to me. But for some reason, I could not pull the trigger on it under here. This was a 5-minute opening range breakdown, and it was a breakdown of the pre-market low. And don't know why I didn't take this. And I didn't take this on the 5-minute opening range breakout because this level here was sitting here, the pre-market high, or the area pre-market where it kind of served as resistance. It popped up there, but then it came right back and closed below this line. So I knew this wasn't going to be, a long, and didn't have the guts to take it short here. Really could have taken it short right here on the VWAP. I waited, got down here, and I just didn't take it. So I was pretty frustrated with it. It was a nice setup, would have been a nice payday, but I didn't take it. But what happened was I came back and I started watching it. It was still on my chart, and I saw it tap VWAP here, and I was like, well, this is a good, VWAP trade. And I did the same thing again by sitting here waiting for it to get below the support. I didn't take it up. I could have taken it here risking on the VWAP, but I gave up that profit and, took it here. And just really botched this trade up. I mean, I've got 6 tickets on one ticker, and that's just unreal the way I traded this thing. Really, I jumped in with double the size I normally trade, which was dumb to start with, and just really couldn't hold it. I really should have taken profit down here, but I didn't, and held on thinking I was gonna get a quick flush. And I said, well, maybe it'll fail to 9, and then, we'll get that quick flush. No, so I lightened up here. I took some off, here, and then ended up taking some off here when it got down, in low 69s again. And, I held through this. I said I was going to get out over the 9, but then the 20 was right there. So as long as it didn't push to 20, I think we've got, your trade is still live. So I held it. It did finally roll over. Took some profit here, and finally got my goal. Really, when I got in the trade, was going to be the lower deviation band, but it just kind of faded. So once it got it, I went ahead and took profit, and I left a quarter of my position on, thinking that it might, come back, but I held it. I was going to hold it, until it closed over the 9, but this thing ran up, closed over the 20, and then when this opened, it ran up 10 cents. So I didn't get out till like 68.75 or something like that. But six tickets. This is, put a dent in the commissions, but it's fine. Everything, it still worked out, but just didn't trade it smart. Didn't it wasn't any flow to it. So I didn't really feel good about it. But I'll take it. It helps me, put some more, money in the bank. So that's all that matters. Hopefully I can get it cleaned up here in the next couple days. Just trying to make sure everything is, a little bit tighter than this. I mean, I really, I didn't have to take profits here. I could see taking it here, on this level here at 60, 69. That was a good place to take it. And then when it came back, this was a good place and this was a good place, but just not having any rhythm or any flow. And it's probably because this started out as a revenge trade because of missing this move. And I usually don't like to hold these things that long because you never know what can happen. Never know. This thing could turn and take off the wrong way on me, in a second. But that comes with time and comes with experience. But was pretty pleased with Tesla. Really should have stuck with it. This was a little bit more choppier trade, but then here's a little flag here. So, and then the pop. So it was still setting up, all the way up to the VWAP, even though it was a little choppy. But, you can see a lot of stuff in hindsight. That's why I like to go back and reflect on trades because, reflection is a very powerful tool. So I hope everybody had a good day. I know some people had awesome days in chat. Made some good profits this morning. That's great. We want to see that every day. So hopefully, everybody will be right back on target again tomorrow, and we can make tomorrow another good day. Well, I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow in chat.